Good morning everyone. I welcome all of you to the lecture Web Designing and Analytics. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about design a simple page. In this, we will add the figure. How to add the figure in that? Just look. In previous some lecture, we saw the basic idea about the figure adding in the simple web page. Is it visible to you? Is this presentation visible to you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The figure element is used to content that illustrate or support some point in the text. A figure may contain an image, a video, a code snippet, text, or even table. Pretty much anything that can go in the flow of web content and should be treated as a reference as self-content unit. That means if a figure is removed from original placement in the main flow to a sidebar or appendix or example, both the figure and main flow should continue to make sense. Therefore this figure tag is important, figure element is important. Though we remove that the source, but it will be displayed in that flow. Though it is possible to simply drop off an image into the wrapping it in a figure tag, make it purpose explicitly clear. It is also allow you to apply special style to figure but not to other image on the page. You see figure, how to take it, and in last example I have given you assignment, take a figure, and some of you have taken that image and sent me output. I saw that output and it is well, you have done. A caption can be attached to the figure using the optional fig caption element above or below the figure content. So the fig caption is also important to give the figure captions as we saw in previous lecture. Here figure caption we can give to the figure, and here color of the background we can change, color we can set there. In the body background color will be changed. If we saw this code in previous lecture, output will looks like, and we know it is happen in the HTML5. HTML5 support to the Internet Explorer, so we are looking these all the elements related to the HTML5. So far the element we have covered handle very specific tidbit of contents like a paragraph, a heading, a figure, and so on. Prior to the HTML5 there was no way to group these bits into large part than wrapping them in a generic division like div tag, div element. I will cover div in more detail in next few chapter, but you see related to the div tag we can use their section, article, navigations, tangential related that, as well as footer. The new element name are based on the Google study that look at the top 20 names given to the generic division element. Like this URL you can see. Curiously the spec lists the old address element as a section as well. So we will look here. Article, section, nav, aside, header, footer, all these are the elements which is used in a HTML5 we saw in a previous lecture. Long documents are easier to use when they are divided into smaller parts. For example, books are divided into the chapter and newspaper have sections for local news, sport, comics and so on. To divide long web document into the thematic section, use the applied name section element. To divide this, we have to use the section element. Has a broad range of uses, from dividing a whole page into the major section or identifying the thematic section within a single article. In the following example, you can see this. You see the example. Here is the section tag and there the book name, typography book, we have taken in the heading tag 2, and order list we have created, and list we have created in that unordered list. Unordered list close, section close, section started, second section online tutorial, then paragraph. There we have taken these are the best tutorial for on the web like this, and unordered list we have taken, and then unordered list close and then section close. We already discussed on this point. And section and articles, we know in the section if there are articles, then we have to take these element into that self-content work that could be standalone or a reuse in a different context. Like it is useful for magazine, newspaper, article, blog post, comment and other items that could be exactly for a external use. You can think on it as a specialized section element that answer the questions. Could this appear on another side and make sense? Yes. You see the example of articles here. Article we have taken, an article we have closed, but in this there are section 1 and section 2. Similarly, we can convey a section in a web document might be comprised of number of articles, like section ID we can give, like essay. Here first article is closed and second article is closed and this section is closed here. Section and articles. The section and article elements are easier confused, and particularly because it is possible to nest one in another, vice versa. Keep in mind that if the content is self-contained and could appear outside the current context, it is best markup as an article. You see aside article, we can keep image here and related content of this image we can put at aside of this for aside bar is used. The section and article element are easily confused. The aside element identify content that is related but tangential to the surrounding content. In print, it is equivalent in a sidebar, but they could not call the element sidebar because putting something on the side is a presentation description, not semantic. Means it is not a semantic, it is a presentation description. It may change their appearance, so The nonetheless, a sidebar is a good mental model for using a side element. A side can be used for putting code, background information, list of links, callouts, or anything else that might be associated with a document. There is an example of a side. Here heading tag 1 is taken, typographic, paragraph close, paragraph start, paragraph close, and aside of these their web font resource is used, and their unordered list we have taken, and their in list 2 addresses taken. We will see this practically. The aside element has no default rendering. There is no default output, means we cannot say this is the output fixed, this is figure, and there will be display output. Output can be displayed below of the image, output can be displayed this side, output can be displayed this side. So there is no default rendering, so you will need to make it a block element and adjust its appearance and layout with a style sheet rule. Therefore there required a CSS to adjust according to our need. Navigation. As we saw, a new nav element given developers to semantic way to identify the navigation for a site. Earlier in this chapter we saw an unordered list that might be used as a top level navigation or a font catalog site. Wrapping that list in a nav element make its purpose explicitly clear. You see one example, nav tag we have taken, and in that unordered list we have taken then list and their reference, and this is the font name, and here is the anchor tag, and this is the here reference anchor, and their reference is taken. Another list made their third list, and likewise display script and unordered list close. Not all the list of links should be wrapped in a nav tag. However, the spec make it clear that it should be used for link that provide primary navigation around a site or a lengthy section or articles. The nav element may be especially helpful from an accessibility perspective. Once a screen reader and other devices become HTML5 compatible, users can easily get to the skip navigation section without lot of hunting around. We'll see example of this with practical. Now see the header and footers. This is also most important element point, because web authors have been labeling headers and footer section in their document for years. It was kind of a no-brainer that full-fledged header and footer element would come in handy. Let's start with a header. Header is an element used for introductory material that typically appear at the beginning of the web page or at the top of the section or article. There is no specified list of what header must or should contain. Anything that makes sense as introductions to a page or section is acceptable. In the following example, the document header include a logo image, the side title and navigation. This is used for introductory material. A heading we can use, a side heading we can keep by using the header tag. You see here the example of header tag. Warning is there, either header nor footer element are permitted to contain nested header or the footer element. There we can't nest it. A header, then image source, then H group, H1 not about the web font, H1 is closed here, then H2 heading tag is taken and new form of web typography, heading tag close, then H group close, and then nav element is used, and then unordered list and list tag, and then 4 element of list taken, and then element unordered list is closed, then navigation close, and then header close. The page content. When use an individual article, the header might include the article title, author, and the publication date as shown here. Generally, why we use, suppose we need more about Jennifer and the book of that. Header tag is taken, and then in this heading H1 tag about more of P paragraph tag by Jennifer's Robin, and then time, their time is taken, P update, time tag close, paragraph close, header close, paragraph again taken, and this article is closed here. Similarly, we can take the footer. The footer element is used to indicate the type of information that typically come at the end of page or an article, such as its author, copyright information, related document, or the navigations we can take into the footer. Similarly, the footer element may apply to the entire document, or it could be associated with a particular section or article. If the footer is contained directly within the body element, either before or after all the other body content, then it applies to the entire page of application. If we take the body tag, and in this, suppose we have taken footer, then it will be applied to all the pages, and it is contained in a sectioning element, section, article, navigation, aside. It is parsed as the footer for just that section. Note that although it is called a footer, there is no requirement that is come last in the document or sectioning the element. It could also appear at or near the beginning if it is makes semantic sense. You take the example of this. In this example, we see the typical information listed at the bottom of the article or the blog post, making up as a footer. Article. This article is closed here. Header. In this header, more about the Wolf and Jennifer's update information, paragraph close. Header close here, and there is another paragraph. Article contains start here. Article, main article will be here. This is the information of header, and after this article again the information of footer, and then article close. In footer, there we have taken paragraph, then small tag and copyright about the Jennifer's Robin's book, and then paragraph close, nav, and unordered list and their references, and unordered list close, navigation close, footer close. Now next one is the addresses. Last and well least is the address element that is used to create an area. For creating area, we can use the address. For contact information for the author or maintainer of the document, it is generally placed at the end of the document or in the section or article within a document. An address would be right at home in a footer element. It is important to note that the address element should not be used for any old address on a page, such as mailing address. It is intended specifically for the author contact information. Following is an example of its intended use. Anchor tag here reference parts are the markup for link we will get it. You see, address tag is used and contributed by reference and second reference and then address. Close. And next one is the inline element roundup. Now that we have identified the large chunk of content, we can provide the semantic meaning to the phrases within the chunk using the HTML file called text level semantic element. On the treat, you are like to hear them called inline element because they display the flow of text by default and not cause any line breaks. That's also how they were refers to the HTML version prior to the HTML5. So now we will take some inline elements. Note text level inline elements. Despite all type of information you could add a document, there only a couple dozens text level semantic element in HTML5. You see the table 5.1 listed all of them. This is the table 5.1 and their element and their description given, which is in the HTML5. You see one by one. A is an anchor tag or hypertext link. We will see detail in next. Then ABBR for abbreviation. Suppose we want to give the abbreviation to the long content, then ABBR tag we can use, ABB element we can use. Then B is added visual attention such as keyboard. For adding the visual attentions on the browsers on that content, we can use B tag, means bold. To make the content bold, there B tag is used. BDI, it is indicates the text that may have indirectional requirement. For indirectional requirement like new in HTML, we can use this BDI tag. BDO tag.
सर
Yes.
या एलिमेंट यूज करून दाखवा ना
BDI.
सगळेच
Okay.
नोटपॅड वर वगैरे.
Yes. We will do all these use of all these element. But before that, why this is there, we will see theoretically and then practically. Okay.
ओके.
Then BDO tag, it is used for bidirectional override. Explicitly indicate text directions, left to right or right to left. There we can use BDO tag. BR tag, we know it for line break. Cite element is used for citation, a reference to the text title of work, such as a book title. This is used for reference. Create the reference list one by one how much references we have used in our presentations. Suppose we have used in paragraph 1. This is our suppose paragraph first. In this paragraph first we have used reference 1, and this is our paragraph second, and here we have used reference 3, and this is suppose our paragraph third, and we have used here reference 2. So at last we need to use only the side element, side tag, and there all these 1, 2, 3 references will be appear. We'll see again, this is also practically. The code is also element which is used for computer code sample. To display the code we use this code tag. And data tag, this is also a new tag. Machine readable equivalent, date, time, weight and other measurable values. To display this date, time and other measurable values of machines, we can use data element. Del element for delete the text, indicate an edit made to a document. We can make our document editable or delete the text by using this del element. DFN, this is for the definition, instances or the first occurrence of them term. Then EM element for emphasizing the text. I element, alternative voice like italic. Suppose we want to make our document italic, then this I element is used. INS, insert text, indicate an insertions in a document. Suppose we want to insert some document in our text, then INS element is used. KBD for keyboard, text entered by a user for technical document. Suppose we want to take the input from the user in the form, then IBD element we can use there. Mark, contextually relevant text, mark. Q for short inline quotation, for quotation Q tag we can use. Rabbi or RT and RT provide annotations or pronunciation guide under East Asian typography and ideography. Yes is incorrect text strike through. Suppose we want to give the strike in this content, then yes tag we can use there. SAM for sample output from the program. Small print such as a copyright or legal notice display in a smaller type size, then small element we use. Span for generic phrase content. Strong for contain a strong importance. Sub for subscript, and sup for superscript. We know this superscript and subscript. Time, machine readable time data, and U for underline. Var for variable program argument. For technical document we can use this var. And WRB for work break, we can use WRB. WRB used for word break. One by one we will see practically. Use the EM element to indicate which part of the sentence should be trace or emphasize. The element EM element affect how a semantic meaning in a interpreted. Consider the following sentences that are identical except for the words are trace. So we'll see practically one by one. Now suppose we want to check these all tags one by one. Okay, but before that we will take some address, footer and headers, and in that we will use that. For header, article, header, footer, this we will take. Just open the notepad, and in notepad you code your HTML code as like this. Okay, now article is started. Header, more about suppose we will save this program as inline element in our folder, in our directory. Our directory is here, and in the practical in inly.html we are giving the name to the file and taking the address of this. Okay, and now we are going in the browser. At browser we will put the address, then you see all the information in this directory is displayed. Now put here the name of file inly.html, then this file will be displayed. You see previous, next, copyright, article content, this is the footer and this is the header. More about this is the header, and if you look in the code, the header more about all, this is the header, this and this. Paragraph by Jennifer Robin. And here we can add the content like this, though we will write here beer. Now save this file and find the output. Okay, this is header and this is our footer. Footer is what? Copyright Jennifer's Robin, and this is header. For giving the header and footer, we can use their footer and header tags. Now you see the which tag we want to practice all these elements one by one. Anchor tag, you know anchor tag. Okay, anchor tag is used for take the image or reference. Suppose I want to give the reference in this code in the paragraph. In this we will take the reference you see reference we will use here a tag and here ref. Equal to, in double quotation, address. Suppose we want to display search. This is what? Search engine. Anchor tag close. Now see the output. Here we have added search engine. Here reference we have given about the search engine, and if you look, this address is not getting to, but we have added that. And here if we use er tag in new line, it will appear. This is search engine. MGM GYT college we will add this here. And find. You see, we got our college website by adding the we have added in the here college name we can add. Okay, and next one is the abbreviation tag. For abbreviation we can use abbreviation element. We will add here. Abbreviation, suppose Mahatma Gandhi Mission. Abbreviation tag close. We'll save this document. We will make here break. BR tag. Now this will appear on next line. Mahatma Gandhi Mission. Now B for bold. we know this is used for bold. B. Equals bold. Then another is indication text that may have directional requirement and bilaterals. In practical we will see all these. Okay, in practical we will see this. Practically we will perform all one by one. If you have any doubt till this, you can ask me question. Address, in today's lecture we saw some inline function like text level, address, footer, header. Do you have any question regarding this? Yes. Do you have any question regarding this? Otherwise we will stop. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. You can join another lecture. Bye.